I don't think that's fixable. Turn on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, I turn Do Not Disturb on.
All right, here we go. Welcome everybody. We're going to give it a couple of minutes just to get everybody in here. Welcome. Just so that we know that you can hear us okay, if you could go into the chat and just type a 1 in the chat and let me know where you're from. Let me know where all of our wonderful attendees are from today. That's awesome, looking good. All right. Hello, everybody. And let's just give that a minute. Still got some attendees coming in. And we got it working. All right. You can see our beautiful Costa Rican background here. And welcome everybody. So let's get started. Hope everybody is doing well and having a fantastic week thus far. What I'm going to show you today is how to double the number of appointments that you get from all of your inbound leads. And this is exceptionally important because it's literally going to take every single opportunity that you have in your business and turn it into double the amount of opportunities. That's very important because if you double the amount of appointments that you have, you can double your sales. And that's why we're here. And this is week number 3 in our challenge. So in week number 1, we went through doubling the amount of appointments from your database and your past customers. In week number 2, we went through doubling the amount of appointments that you get with referral partners. And I gave you the exact map and strategy to generating 1 qualified referral partner appointment per day over 5 days a week. And we all know that that is a pathway to 160 deals a year from those referral partners. And you've seen Parker and all of the amazing testimonials on people that have done that. So what we're learning about today is now the third pathway to grow your business. We've got past customers, we've got referral partners, and now we've got marketing and advertising. And all of the leads, the inbound leads that you're getting, every single lead that you have access to in your business, I'm going to show you how to double the appointments that come from those sources. Now, there is only one way to double your sales, and that is to double the number of appointments that you're doing. Because if your closing ratio stays the same, if you just talk to double the amount of people, you will have double the amount of business. Seems pretty simple, but it's just math. That's the way that it works. Now, there's only one way to double your appointments, and that is you have to automate and have a system for your appointment booking process for each of the 4 pathways in your business. That's why this is a 4-week challenge, because every week we are going through a different aspect of your business, and I'm showing you the system that you need in order to actually double the appointments from that aspect of your business, and therefore giving you a pathway to double the amount of sales that you make from every pathway in your business. So our goal here today is to get you to understand and to be able to implement the system that you need in order to double your appointments and sales from all of your inbound leads, and have the whole thing implemented within the next 30 days. So every time a new lead comes in, you're actually generating double the amount of appointments and therefore double the amount of sales as a result of that. Now, who is this for? Well, if you are brand new to the industry, whether it's the mortgage industry, financial planning, insurance, wealth management, any of those industries, if you need more customers and you need more application appointments and closed deals because you're just getting started, this is perfect for you, because it's going to show you how to take advertising and leads and double the amount of opportunities that you get from them, so that you can be more successful with leads that other people say are not successful. And again, I've got some great case studies. I'm actually going to be showing you how we generated $500,000 in revenue for an organization in just 90 days by changing one simple thing in their sales process. You're going to absolutely love that. Now, if you're a seasoned professional and you want more closed deals from the existing assets that you already have, so the marketplace has slowed down a little bit. It's given pause to a lot of people, especially in the mortgage industry, saying, hey, deals were just falling from the sky for a couple of years, and the refinance thing, now is the time to tighten up our processes. Now is the time to tighten up and be more responsible in our business. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing, because what you're learning here through this challenge in this series are systems, because once you put them in place, they're automated. Once you've got the system and you've set up the automations that I'm teaching you through this course and through the opportunity to be part of the mastermind, once you set these things up, they continue to run in your business forever. We all know the market is cyclical. We are in a down part of the cycle right now. Guess what's going to happen? There's going to be an up part of the cycle on the other side. And if you have taken now as the opportunity to put the processes and systems in place so that you've got automatic follow-up with your past customers, you've got automatic follow-up filling your calendar with referral partners, you've got automatic follow-up with all of your online leads, and you put a system in place in order to process the business, the sky is the limit on the next run. But if you don't do the work right now, it's just going to be even more hectic and more stressful and more difficult to get the business in the future. So if you are looking to better maximize the assets that you already have, now is the time. And then the third person that this is for is the branch manager or the company owner who understands how important these automated systems are to booking the appointments. And you've given this coaching or training to the people in your organization, but they're not actually doing it. Like, you're a branch manager and you tell your loan officers to call their past clients and to call a book of referral partners every week, and they never make their phone calls. We'll just automate the process. That way you get the result. You don't have to rely on the people. And the thing about that is you need that to scale, because I discovered that when you put the system in place, you're bridging the gap, because most loan officers are not cold callers. They're not good appointment setters. And even if the ones that do make the calls, they do a lousy job of it, right? We're not appointment setters. They are supposed to be application takers and deal funders and referral partner relationship specialists. They're not supposed to be good at cold calling. They're not supposed to be good at the automated systems that we can set up in place. So we've got to understand that loan officer, if you're the branch manager, they're never going to do the work. So it's our job to automate the work so that it's done for the loan officer, so that their calendar is just full and they just show up every day and they actually work on taking applications, closing deals, and talking to referral partners. That's what it's all about. So that's who this is for. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's go. Our goal for this challenge, again, there's only one way to double your sales, and that is to double your sales appointments. And that's what we're all about. And the only way to double your sales appointments is to automate the system and the 4 appointment pathways in your business. So again, we've already gone through the database activator, and that's the system for doubling the appointments from your past clients. And we have been through the executive recruiter, which is setting up a daily appointment with a qualified referral partner in your business. Now, Before we move forward, a very quick results disclaimer, because we've got a number of people here on the call that weren't here for the previous 2 weeks. So my name is Chris Johnstone. I own Connection Incorporated. Connection Incorporated is a multi-million-dollar organization, and we do over 10 sales consultations per day. And those are all booked through funnels that we have set up. So the ads are automatic, the opt-ins are automatic, all the follow-up is automatic, the calls that go out to all the people, the system that gets them booked in, all automatic, sales process, all automatic. And I've set this entire system up through trial and error of years of trying different systems and building the whole thing out. And I'm sharing with you the exact system that I use in my organization and what I have built for other professionals in the mortgage industry, the wealth management industry, the insurance industry. Our company added $1,040,023 in revenue and $849,648 in new profit after automating our own appointment booking system. And I'm not saying that to brag or whatever, it's just business, right? But what I'm trying to convey is the fact that there's a pathway that you're going to have to walk down here if you want to get automatic qualified appointments in your calendar every day. I have already walked that road. I have already stubbed my toe, fallen flat on my face multiple times to figure all this stuff out. And today really is kind of like an easy button for you, where you can just follow along, follow the steps, and get there far faster, far quicker, and without falling on your face, because I'm going to show you exactly what I've learned throughout this experience. I'm even going to be giving you the scripts, the templates, and the resources. So you're getting the exact systems for success without any of the struggle that comes along normally with figuring out on your own. And I'm showing you the pathway for each of the four most profitable ways in your business: your past customer database, your referral partners. This week, week number 3, is all about doubling the results that you get from every inbound lead that you get. And then next week, we're going through existing applications and how to take every application that you get in your business and turning that into multiple referrals and exponential appointments and value as a result of an automated system. So what qualifies me to teach this topic to you? This is very important, but we'll go through it very briefly, just so that you understand that this is probably the best investment of 90 minutes of your time this week or this month, because of the value that you're going to get from this presentation. So Connection Incorporated has run millions of dollars in online lead gen through Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And those have been for our clients, but also our own budgets over the years. We have run a lot of lead gen. This screenshot that you're seeing up here on the screen is one of our campaigns where we had a product where we generated all of the mortgage leads. We paid for all the advertising. We paid for the system to automatically book the appointments. And then we were selling pre-booked appointments into the mortgage industry. So you can see here, in roughly a 6-month period of time, we invested $193,318.75. So just a shade under $200,000 in ad spend. And our Google Ads cost per lead was $14.93. We generated 13,675 leads from Google. And then if you look at Facebook, our average cost per lead across every single lead that we generated, and that includes campaigns that blew up, that were horrible, ones that scaled really, really well. Our average cost per lead was $13.15. We generated 7,567 leads on Facebook. That's investing our own money in ads and then booking appointments and selling the appointments that we were generating out into the marketplace. Now, through that process and launching that program, it was my job to make sure that we were producing the appointments at far less than we were charging for the appointments. So I literally went through and spent years running a system and building a system that automatically produces an average of 5 qualified appointments every single day per concierge agent that we have. And a concierge agent is a caller that we have, but their job is to run the automated system for our consulting clients and our clients that we have in our executive and our concierge programs. So quite literally, what I'm giving you in this class is the exact systems that our concierge use in order to book those appointments. The database activator, the executive recruiter, and then today, the lead converter. These are the exact templates, the exact sequences that the concierge use in order to actually do the outreach and book those appointments. So what you can see here on the screen here are the stats from our concierge department. So monthly, here's Acacia. She booked 119 qualified appointments in this month. Lenny, 124 qualified appointments. Janae, 112 qualified appointments. Carissa, who works part-time for us, is only 75 appointments in a month. Think about that. The lowest total on that sheet, and obviously there's a whole bunch of concierge agents. This is just the tracking sheet that we use to track every day, and I can't scroll all the way down. But even if you had 75 appointments, that's more than 2 appointments a day on your calendars. It's actually closer to 3 because you're only working 5 days a week. But if you had that many appointments, could you significantly grow your mortgage business? Because these are all qualified borrowers who actually qualify, or qualified referral partners that are doing at least 8 or more transactions a year that they can refer to you. Also, financial planners, investment advisors, insurance professionals. If you had a calendar stacked with more than 2 appointments per day, every single day you came into your organization, could you dramatically increase your production? The answer is yes. So what I've got and what I've already figured out for you is exactly how to do that. And that's what I'm sharing with you here today. Now, I've got a quick little story on really how this came to the next level for us, because we were doing our own thing. You know, we've got our 200 grand in our leads, and that's kind of cool, right? But because I was online, and I'm a big proponent on my social media of not just showing you what works, but also showing you the journey that I go through in order to figure this stuff out. So there is a lot of experiential content that I put on our social media as far as like, hey, I found this new thing, I'm trying it, here's what I'm seeing. Like, we're running TikTok ads right now. So I'm producing videos on what it's like to work with TikTok ads and what that looks like. And so because of that content, one of the largest online rate sites in the world, certainly in the nation, approached me and said, hey, we're seeing all of this work that you're doing on lead conversion and concierge agents. We want you to come into our organization as a consultant and figure out how we can close more deals from the leads that we've got. We're ranked #1 on Google for mortgage rates. We generate more leads than we can handle. We want you to come in and show us how to do a better job with our process. Well, I went in and I looked at their actual process and I said, okay, here are the things that you're doing wrong. You need to automate this with a system. You need to automate this with a system. You need to automate this with a system. And I basically laid out one simple change that they needed to make in their organization, supported by software and automation. The exact same thing that I'm going to teach you today, okay? They implemented what I told them with my help as a consultant. So I went in and actually worked in the organization. It had to be built on their CRM, so we had to go through all of that. The day that they launched it, 90 days later, they had increased their qualified appointments by 66%. No new leads, taking the existing leads that they already had, they increased the number of qualified appointments by 66%. That created 165 closed transactions, which produced $580,000 in revenue. That's not mortgage volume. That is revenue collected by the company in a 90-day window based off of one simple change. And so I know that this can be dramatically more impactful in your business if you're getting leads from any source. Even if you don't buy leads, this is dramatically going to increase the opportunities that you get from your inbound phone calls, partnerships with referral partners. It's just unbelievable. And really, I had this big aha moment. So in the consulting arrangement, I was invited to come back and have almost like a celebratory meeting with the team where everybody, like, it involved a bunch of people in the organization, different departments and everything. And so we all got together and they announced and put up the slide, and there was this awesome thing. And I was sitting there watching everybody so excited in this corporate environment. And I was like, oh man, like, think about the power that I can take to the individual business owner to have them feel this transformation. And what about my business? I just figured out how to take any lead flow that you get and almost, well, double the amount of appointments that are coming from it. This applies to any industry. It applies to all of us. So let me start taking a look at Connection Incorporated. So I said the system is the exact same, just the messaging is slightly different. So it can probably double our results at Connection Incorporated. So I went to work and I started implementing the exact same system that I had developed for this company in our own business. What happened? Well, we doubled the number of appointments that we were generating. So up until that point, I do webinars. And our webinars were normally, we would invite people to a webinar, we would do the webinar, we would send a bunch of follow-up emails after the webinar, and that would be it. And so I took this system that I had developed for online lead gen in the mortgage industry, and I applied it to my webinar funnel. Look what happened. We went from getting 7 automated sales across these 3 webinars, right? We had 576 people register, 144 people attended, and 7 people purchased. I then bolted on the system that I'm going to show you in today's webinar, almost a direct duplicate as far as like the dates and times that we sent the messages. I just changed the content slightly that was in the messages. We booked an additional 25 sales appointments and sold an additional 9 programs. We more than doubled the sales from one of our strongest sales pathways just by adding this one simple system. So we went from generating 7 sales in total from the webinar to selling 16 sales from the webinar. Well, that makes a dramatic impact in the bottom line of how profitable those events are. Now, if you're not paying attention or you're distracted right now, now's the time to plug in, close the door to the office, get your notepad out. These are the sales numbers for an entire year's worth of sales at Connection Incorporated, our company, okay? Again, I want you to get as much value as possible through this challenge. So I'm sharing with you everything to get you to understand how valuable what you are about to receive is. In this year, we performed 757 sales presentations. The number of people that purchased as a result of having that sales presentation with our organization was 143 people, which is a 19% closing ratio. So if somebody shows up on a consult with us, 19% of those people buy. I took the exact same process and system that I had developed for this major mortgage company, and I bolted it on to the follow-up system that happens after we do our initial sales presentation. So if you're in the mortgage industry, this is applying the system to somebody after you take the application from them. Well, that generated an additional 208 sales opportunities for us and an additional 78 sales. Okay, so that took 208 additional sales plus 78 plus 143. We took our sales numbers from 143 sales to 429 sales in 1 year as a result of this one system being bolted into our business. That is the power of automated, systemized follow-up that happens with your leads when you're bringing them in the funnel and when you're following up with them while they are actually going through the purchase transaction for you. Now, I got to this point and I was like, that is an incredible result. I've done it in the mortgage company. I've done it in my own business, but does it scale? Like, am I just lucky? That's only 2 big wins, right? Is that really something that I'm going to be able to duplicate? So I started sharing this with our clients. And we took our one client, Mike. He was generating 15% of aged leads that he was getting from a real estate partner into a conversation. We applied this system. He immediately went to over 30%. He doubled the amount of leads that he was having conversations with and that he had an opportunity from by implementing this one simple system. This is one of our clients, Nick. In the first 100 leads using this new funnel that we've generated, he booked 26 application appointments, 26 appointments from 100 leads, okay? And these are online Facebook leads, okay? All these leads came from Facebook. So we've all heard Facebook leads are garbage. And, if we'll leave that for another topic, because it's less about where you're getting the traffic from, and it's more about the system that you have following up. But these were all Facebook leads. He took 26 application appointments, took 14 applications from those 26 people, and closed 4 deals within the first 45 days of that lead generation system being turned on. It is not about what the ads were. It was not about the opt-in form. It was about the follow-up to take that person who had raised their hand and said that they were interested and turning them into an actual application appointment. So we have now scaled this across hundreds of customers, and I know you can double the number of appointments that you get with the leads that you already have when you implement this system. And it's not just with inbound leads. This works for every deal source in your business. So the inbound phone calls that you're generating right now, if you're letting the inbound phone calls that you're getting go to your cell phone, you are losing money. End of conversation. I know that you think that you're great at picking up your phone and calling people back, but if you actually are disciplined enough in order to track how many results you get and how many people you talk to, there is a tremendous amount of opportunity sitting in just the inbound phone calls that you get from referrals that you already have from past customers and referral partners. So this system will immediately make you more money just from the inbound phone calls that you generate. But there's also your website leads, leads that come in from live chat, your social media DMs and leads that you generate from social media, your own funnels. If you're running your own Facebook ads or Google ads or Instagram ads, all of the DMs, all of the lead forms that come in, you will generate far more conversations. Leads that you buy from third-party services or trigger leads that you're getting or your referral partners leads. This works for everything. The problem is not the number of leads that you have coming through your funnel. It's the quality of the leads. It's the system that converts the leads to appointments. You can have a whole hodgepodge of leads from all different sources. It's the system that produces the result. Now, how valuable is this information for you? Well, let's break it down in the real math that we've seen from our clients. So let's take an average cost per lead of $15 per lead. You saw from the $200,000 that we invested of our own money in Google and Facebook ads, rough average cost per lead in the mortgage industry is around $15. Some markets are going to be a little bit higher, some markets are going to be a little bit lower, but if you're trying to generate a good quality lead, it's about 15 bucks. So 100 leads is going to cost you about $1,500. Well, on the left-hand side over here, we've got your standard traditional model that most mortgage professionals are using. They take about 15% of the leads to an actual conversation. So you generate 100 leads, you're going to talk to 15 people. 20% of those people will actually become an appointment from the initial conversation, which gets you 3 appointments. Out of those appointments, you'll take about 33% or 1 out of 3 to an application, and then you should have about a 50% or better funding ratio. Your funding ratio might be more or less, again, depending on your marketplace and a lot of other factors in your business, but let's say 50% is normal. And so if you get a 50% funding ratio, and I've kept that number high, if you've got 100 leads and you're doing your follow-up the traditional way, you're going to end up with 0 sales. You're not going to make any money, and you're going to have to go back, re-up the next month, invest an additional $1,500 to put enough leads through the funnel that you're giving yourself a shot at maybe getting one deal that pops at the end of the funnel. Now, let's look at the new way, the systemized way, where you're using the software in the system. Well, you're going to take 40% or more of the leads to a conversation. So right there, we've gone from having 15 conversations to 40. And I'm going to tell you exactly why that is and show you how you set that up. But out of those 40 conversations, 30% are going to become appointments. Again, because you're talking to more people, you're more professional in your follow-up, more of those people will agree to actually take an appointment with you. So that gets us to 12 appointments. Well, your application rate stays the exact same, 33%. Your funding ratio also stays the exact same at 50%. But on the systemized way, using the software, you go to 4 applications and 2 funded deals. So the 2 different scenarios are this. If you're making $3,000 a deal, okay, in scenario number 1, you invested and lost $1,500. In scenario number 2, you've invested $1,500 in advertising, you've collected $6,000 in revenue, you've produced a profit of $4,500. It's the same amount of leads coming from the same lead source in the same funnel. It is the automated follow-up that changes the math, not where you're getting the leads from. The only difference is the system that converts the leads. And remember, I already have the plan for you. I already have staff that are running the system successfully every single day at scale, have been for years. So we know that this works. I've spent all of the time up front writing call scripts, testing the follow-up emails, the texts, and I've even laid out the 4 different offers and the perfect follow-up sequence to convert your leads into appointments for you. Now, one other thing to point out as we get into this is when I originally started on this journey, I tried to build these automated follow-up systems using all of the other CRM platforms that are available in the marketplace. I tried building it on Salesforce. I tried Pipedrive. I became a Keep certified consultant in order to put all these systems together. And each of them had a major roadblock that I couldn't get past. Salesforce was too complicated for the average person to be able to come in and learn how to use it. Pipedrive, we had integration issues and it just wasn't reliable enough for us to be able to depend on it on a mass scale rollout. I got so frustrated that I went out and got a quote to actually build the software that I needed in order to send these messages, because I needed it to keep track of everybody, keep them in a pipeline, keep track of all the conversations. It had to be able to have a power dialer in it. It had to be able to send text messages. It had to be able to send emails. Ringless voicemail was a nice to have feature, but it didn't really need that. But just in those simple things, I was not able to find a solution. And so I went out and I started working with a development company to develop my own piece of software that could do all of this stuff. Invested almost $10,000 just to get to the point of like, okay, can we figure out how to bolt all of these systems together? And then what's it going to look like in wireframes? Once I got to that point, they came back and said, yes, we can do it. We can develop it. Here's how much it's going to cost. It was 1,598 hours to develop the software at $45 an hour, which was $71,910 was the quote that I got in order to build this software. And I was almost ready to write that check. And then I went to a mastermind meeting and I had a friend of mine. So the way the mastermind meeting works is like you show up and you talk about the one big win that you've had, and then the one big struggle that you're going through, and the one big domino that you're trying to tip over for the next 90 days. And then everybody in the room brings together resources, advice, experience, and they help put you on the path to get through that roadblock in the next 90 days. So I explained that I was about to peel off this check and build this piece of software. I knew nothing about software. So I was asking, like, does anybody have any project management tips for me for getting this thing done? Guy came up to me at the back of the room and said, Chris, there's this software. It's called High Level, and you can build everything that you want inside that platform. And after spending almost my entire career trying to figure out how to automate all this stuff, I got the easy button. And right now, you can go buy High Level using our affiliate link. And when you do, so if you go to this link right now, it's chriscrm.com. So chriscrm.com. When you buy High Level through our link, I take all of the systems that I'm teaching you through this 4-week class, including the systems that you're getting today, and they're going to be preloaded into your account, pre-written, pre-done. So all you've got to do is take the templates, change them a little bit, and you have the exact same systems that we've perfected. This system tracks all your pipelines, has the power dialer, sends all the text messages, sends all the emails, sends all the ringless voicemails, does a phenomenal job of follow-up, and integrates with all of the other software that you already use through Zapier. It has all of my proving lead generation pages inside of it so that you can run traffic. And then we'll talk about this at the end of the presentation. But what I'm doing is I'm giving you access to our Inner Circle. Our Inner Circle program is $997 a month. You get access to the whole thing for free. And what it is every single day we have an open office hours call, because the software is complicated and you're going to get overwhelmed. And so our team of media buyers, so that you can run your ads, and software experts and marketing experts are there on that call so that you can go in, get help, and actually implement the software, because there's no software program out there that understands the mortgage and financial services industry like we do. So we give you the campaigns that you need to be successful, and the daily support, so that when you're launching a campaign, when you're working on a project, you can have somebody on my team share your screen and walk you through it in a group environment, and you get to show up on those calls and learn from other people. It's also designed so that you get our advertising accounts. So we charge $1,500 a month for ads management if you come to us and say, hey, I want you to run my Facebook ads. If you want us to run your Facebook ads and your Google ads, it's $3,000, $1,500 for Facebook, $1,500 for Google, and that's $3,000 worth of ads management. In the inner circle, you can show up on that daily call and say, hey, I want to use the lead generation template for, let's just say, reverse mortgage leads. And we've got all different types of mortgage funnels, financial planner funnels, insurance funnels, real estate funnels for buyers and sellers. They're all in there. You just show up and say, hey, I want this type of lead. My media buyers will go through inside your account and show you how to set up the targeting, give you examples of ad copy to put inside your account, help you launch your campaigns, set up your pixels and your tracking properly, give you the lead generation page customized inside the software, everything there, launching your campaigns out for you. Because this software has literally been the key. It's like the turning point or the linchpin to making all of our campaigns more successful. And I want you to have direct access to it. And the reason why I'm giving away the fact that our software, which is called Connect My Leads, is actually powered by High Level, and not even jacking up the price. It's like you go directly through our affiliate link, you pay $297 a month, and you get unlimited sub accounts when you sign up for that account. And the reason why that's so important is because you can now offer lead generation funnels, the ability to convert past customer databases to your referral partners under a platform that has your brand on it. So you can go to the top referral partners in your marketplace and say, hey, this is my software, and I'm going to use my campaigns to convert your leads for you. We're going to get you your own user account, your own username, password, login. And that way, all their contacts are just for them inside their account. They can have multiple staff members that log into their account. You can use our snapshots to provide the lead generation pages, the follow-up templates, everything. It's so valuable. You could start a secondary business selling that service to realtors, financial planners, investment advisors, solar companies. Like the amount of opportunities that it opens up for you because you're now in direct access to the software is just unbelievably powerful for you. So right now, go to chriscrm.com, sign up. There's a 14-day free trial, so you can try it for 14 days. You're still going to get access to the daily calls, still going to get access to all the bonuses that I'll tell you about at the end of the presentation, but you can get in today for just $297 a month, no long-term contract, you can cancel at any time. So I wanted you to know that that's available for you. And we had a bunch of people that have been on the 2 previous sessions that are like, hey, what's the offer? I just want to buy it. And so that's your offer. And head on over to chriscrm.com, get started. The exact campaign that I'm going to show you here today is going to be loaded into your account after you purchase. Now, you might be thinking that this is all cool, but that it won't work for you. It will, and here's why. Now, this is your opportunity to take action and get more from every lead you touch for the rest of your career, because you're probably thinking, okay, online leads don't respond, right? Or online leads are low quality. Yes, absolutely they are. That's why an automated system is so important, because you've got to get the low-hanging fruit that's there and monetize it. You just saw the math, right? A difference between 4 appointments and 1 appointment is the difference between profitability and not, right? You've got to have that automated system. Online leads are expensive. They are if you're not converting them at a high enough rate. Online leads are hard to generate. They used to be, but now you've got our media buyers that can actually go through and run the campaigns for you, and you get all of our years of experience into your account in a matter of days to actually get up and running with a campaign that's going to be successful. I don't have the time. That's why we've set aside an hour a day to be here with you to walk you through the process. I don't want to chase leads. Great. The system chases the leads for you, so you never have to make another cold call and you never have to chase another lead again. I can't do this on my own. Or sorry, I can do this on my own. Absolutely you can. You can go to High Level, buy the software on your own, but then you got to figure it out. Time is money, right? Investing through us costs you nothing extra, because you're going to have to pay $297 for the software anyway, and you're getting all of our campaign templates, all of our support, and a weekly mastermind call with myself to walk you through the whole thing. And then I can pay a company to set all this up for me. Yes, absolutely you can. We are that company, and there are many others out there that will charge you a boatload of money to set up a CRM and set up a funnel, but we're giving you direct access to everything that you need for no additional fee. You pay high level to $297, we get a little bit of an affiliate commission, and we're happy with that. So this is absolutely the easiest and best possible way that you can move forward at this point, okay? So this is week number 3, lead conversion, how to double up the appointments from every single opportunity that you have. Get ready. We're going rapid fire here to get you as much value as we possibly can. So here are the 3 secrets to doubling the appointments and therefore doubling the deals from your pipeline. Number 1, most business owners are wasting their leads. And they can double their results with a simple system that's incredibly easy to implement. Just most of them don't know that it exists, or they're too lazy to actually implement it when they discover it. So I'm going to show you how to double the number of applications you take from all of your leads while you actually work less. Then in secret number 2, there is one universal truth and human behavior principle that destroys most follow-up systems, especially in the financial services and the mortgage industry. And I'm going to show you how to take that mind hack and use it to create more applications and profit from every lead, regardless of the lead source. And then in secret number 3, I'm going to show you how to spend less time working your leads and why that's the key to actually doubling the amount of business that you close. If you cold call leads right now, if you chase leads, or if you cold call referral partners or past customers and you chase those people, this secret number 3 will change your career and your life forever, because it's going to show you how to close more deals without adding any cost and actually reducing the amount of time that you have to invest in your business. So just so I know the Q&A is working, let's go ahead, type a yes into the chat and let me know that you can actually, good. Okay, awesome. Francis, thank you so much for getting this set up properly. So everybody here, Bob, Amy from Baton Rouge, Robert, great to see you here, brother. Ernesto, Jason, Deborah, Kevin, JR, Christine, Robert, Manuel. Carlos has got a question here. So Carlos, we'll talk about that at the end. He was asking about one of our other products, and I want to get right into the content here. So Michael, check your spam, and Francis, make sure you connect with Michael right away. Make sure he's getting our messages.
Yeah, I responded to him. I think Michael's got, yeah, he's got it. It's good.
Okay, and Carlos, we're getting you taken care of in the chat there as well. Okay, awesome. So let's kick it. Secret number 1. Well, this is a study done by the Harvard Business Review. This is best practices for lead management. Check this out. If you wait more than 5 minutes to respond to a lead, there is a 900% decrease in the number of leads that you will actually convert. That means if you call your leads within the first 5 minutes of them coming in, there is a 900% increase in the number of leads that you will actually connect with. And so speed to lead is the most important thing that you can possibly do in order to actually increase your conversions. Now, a Harvard Business Review study, awesome, right? But we need to look at our own data. So let's go back to the actual numbers, and we've verified this in our software, and we see that this is true. If we get back to a lead within the first 5 minutes, there's a dramatic increase in the number of people that we actually talk to. So if we go back to our example of an average cost per lead of $15, and we're generating 100 leads a month for $1,500. If you are manually following up on your leads or simply relying on email to do that follow-up, and you're within 10 minutes, that means you're going to get a 5% contact ratio. That's 5 conversations that's initially generated from those first 100 leads. Well, if you use the system and it automatically follows up with a text message and an email and a reminder to a concierge agent to make the phone calls to that lead, in the first 5 minutes, your contact ratio goes to 45%. Okay, that's 45 conversations instead of 5. That's a 900% increase, just like the study shows. And again, none of these are income claims. I'm just using round math to show you the potential of what's actually available in your business. So how does that actually scale? Well, if you're doing it the old way with email and manually following up on a lead and taking more than 5 minutes, a 5% conversion ratio on those initial conversations is 5 conversations. 20% of those people will go to an appointment. That's one appointment. Obviously, you're going to get 0 applications and you're going to get 0 fundings. But if you use the system to automatically follow up within the first 5 minutes, you've got 40% of those people going to conversations, which is 45 conversations. You've got 30% of those people going to appointments, which is 13. 33% go to an application, which is 4, and 50% of them fund, which is 2 deals. So I want to show you how this experience works. So right now, pull out your cell phone, and we're going to do an experiential journey together. Basically just demoing the software for you so that you can see how the immediacy of the follow-up works. So pull out your smartphone, and you are going to send a text to 619-486-9992. That's 619-486-9992, and you're going to text the word challenge to that number. Okay, so this trigger can be almost anything. This can be an inbound lead from a lead form that you have on your website. It can be a lead that you purchase from Zillow or Boomtown or Commissions Inc. or from any other third lead provider. It can be a trigger lead that's generated through your database. It can be an inbound phone call that comes into your business. This can be triggered off of a DM message on social media. All of those sources go into your high-level account, and there's a trigger set. So whenever a new lead comes in, there's an automatic response back to that lead based on the communication parameters that you already have inside the software, which just means like if it's a person who's already in your CRM and you already have their email, you already have your phone number, it will follow up using all of those methods. What you're going to see on the sample is that we ask you to give us more information when you text in. So again, you can be running ads, and you can have a QR code, or you can have a text to this number, right? When people text in, it will automatically see, hey, we don't have an email for this person, we don't have a first name for this person, so it will include in the message, hey, send back what's the best email to reach you at, or click this link and give us more information. It gets them to fill out their first name and their email address, and then potentially their phone number. When they click submit, then it starts following up on all of those channels. It's a smart system, so it can actually sense what's going on in the funnel. So again, go to 619-486-9992 and text the word challenge to that number, and you'll go through the process. Now, here's what's happening in the back end. Inside high level, it creates an opportunity based on the fact that that new message has come in. Then it offers to send an email. If it has the email address, it will send the email. If it doesn't have the email address, it will follow up with a text message. The text message, again, will wait for a response. If there's no response, it then puts them through this follow-up sequence. And you can get this to send another text message the next day, trigger an alert to you or your concierge to follow up with that person. You can put them into an automatic follow-up sequence that will continue to follow up with them. If they do respond, was the reply positive? Did it include the keyword that you were looking for? There's all kinds of artificial intelligence logic built into the system where we can say, was it positive? Yes. Was it positive? No. And you put those people down a different pathway on the follow-up depending on what was said to the actual system itself. So we know if we get this person and they fill out the form and they give us more information, that's going to move them down the pipeline that they're a warm lead rather than a cold lead, and then notify you that that person, again, needs to be followed up on. And then you'll also notice in the messages that you get, there's the ability to book an appointment directly from both the email and the text message. Well, if people book an appointment through that link, it automatically removes them from the sequence and moves them over to another sequence that gets them to show up to the appointment. It automatically books it in your calendar, automatically sets up the appointment, reminds you to get you to the appointment, reminds them to get them to the appointment, and you have automatic appointments being booked from all of the inbound communication pathways that you have in your business automatically. You set this system up once and it works for the rest of your career to automate that entire automated booking process. I mean, how many of you have had a lead that came in, emailed you and said, hey, I'm interested in submitting a mortgage application, and it takes you 30 emails back and forth to the person trying to find a date and time that works for them to actually get them on the phone to take the application. This, you have no idea that that communication even happened. You just have an appointment that shows up on your calendar. And again, this follow-up that happens in less than 5 minutes on all your appointment opportunities covers all of the inbound lead opportunities that you got. Inbound phone calls, inbound text messages, your website leads, your live chats, purchase leads, social media DMs, referral partner leads, and webinar registrants if you're running our webinar. If you are working leads without this automation, you're wasting 9 out of 10 opportunities. Now, you may have some reservations about running a system like this. I certainly did when I started, and I thought the scripts are going to take me forever to write. Well, in our system, you don't have to write any of the scripts. You just need to modify the ones that are already there. You don't have to go through writer's block and stare at the blank page and figure it all out on your own. You just take ours, take the ones that you like, modify them slightly, and off you go. People will be weirded out that my responses are so fast. This was a big one for me. What we found is that we now actually get positive feedback from people that the response rate was so quick because they've reached out to other lenders, they've reached out to other businesses, and they don't get a response back. And in today's dopamine fueled, attention deficit driven society, you are given points for immediacy of response, and it takes the person away from searching on the internet and going and getting a rate shopping website that, you know, sucks them up. As soon as they hear back from somebody, they're like, okay, I got that mortgage thing handled. I can go back to watching TikTok or whatever it is that they're doing, because your response immediately made them feel comfortable that they can communicate with you and they are done their shopping experience, and you get to win that client. I can't personalize each message so people won't respond. That was a problem with the old systems. Again, with this one, you can personalize each of the messages, and based on where that person comes from, you can put them through a specific funnel based on what their needs are. And then my big thing that I was worried about is the software is going to break or be unreliable. And what I've discovered with High Level, we've used it for years now, it's exceptionally reliable and very easy to use. So all of those are taken care of. And now today with our business, my systems are built and they run automatically without me being involved in them. Leads constantly provide positive feedback about our communication, because a lot of the communication that happens between our account managers and our clients and all of that, it's all automated, it's all schedule based, and all they're doing is putting in the custom follow-up parameters for how many appointments we've booked and what information we're looking for from the client, but it's reminding them a day ahead of time, and it's just a nice, smooth system. Nobody ever gets left behind in the actual communication sequence. All our leads are pre-qualified before they're booked in. For our sales team, we get better quality leads, and our better quality leads get a white glove experience because they're identifying themselves in the funnel, and then we're having real people that are saying, oh, those are the really good leads, let's work on those, and let the funnel just take care of the rest of it. And that system now produces 10 qualified sales opportunities per day for our team. And you can have the exact same reality if you simply invest in the same systems and actually implement, right? It's all about just go to chriscrm.com, buy the software, and then get on the daily calls so that we can implement with you, okay? So secret number one, the first 5 minutes will dramatically change the response rate that you get in your leads, and you must have a system in order to put that in place. Secret number two is that there's one universal truth and human behavior principle that destroys most follow-up systems and most sales professionals, right? Especially in the financial services industry. So this is how to create more applications and profit from every single lead that you generate, regardless of the lead source. So if you think that Facebook leads are garbage, but you can generate Facebook leads at a great cost per lead, this is going to help you turn that into more money. Now, when I first cracked the Google code, I was 24 years old, brand new in the mortgage business, and I discovered how to generate real estate leads off of the internet. That's how I was getting all of my referral relationships with realtors. I would sell them leads at, I'd mark them up to $25 a piece, give them a discount down to 15, and I was generating them for $5, right? Actually, it was actually less than $5 per lead. But I would sell them to them at that discount and say, hey, you've got to send all your mortgage business to us. So when I was doing that, it was literally leads would come in, they would fill out a web form. My BlackBerry back in the day would buzz on my hip, and I would open it up and I would actually respond in real time to that leads. And I thought I was doing things right by being a relentless lead follow-up machine. When a lead would come in, I'd cold call every single one of them as soon as I got that lead. So I thought, right? I made all the cold calls myself in real time. And I lied to myself for years that my follow-up was awesome, right? When in reality, it would be the next day, sometimes days before I got back to people. And obviously I would never connect with those people, right? I picked up my phone at all hours of the night and on weekends. So didn't matter if I was at family dinner, didn't matter if I was out hanging with my buddies or whatever it was. At that point, I did not have my wife, my beautiful wife, and my two incredible children. So I would just work all of the time. And then I kept physical files on every single lead that I spoke to. So every lead that came through the system that I got a hold of through either a text message, an email, or an actual phone conversation, I had a brown manila folder, and I would write their information in on a piece of paper, stick it in the manila folder, and then I had a stack of manila folders on my desk. That was my CRM. And I kept a stack of low quality follow-up leads for later, right? And my whole idea was, okay, once a week, I just take the stack of paper and I call them. Well, as soon as the mortgage business took off, I never called that stack. I don't think I ever called that stack of leads once, even though it sat on my desk for years for me to do the follow-up, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I would take those ones, I'd put them in a file folder, and I'd start a new one, and it would stack up. But it's just human nature, right? We're not going to call those low quality leads because there's other things that we can be doing in our business that makes us feel more productive. So I discovered this system called SendGrid, and it had a different name back in the day, but I discovered this tool that would allow me to mass email all of the leads. So I went through, and we had a high school student who came in and spent like a week going through all of the old manila folders and putting the email address, its first name, last name, email address into this system. And I started blasting out emails. The first email that I sent out was super simple. It was like, hey, my name's Chris. You'd recently requested information about real estate and getting pre-qualified for a mortgage. Are you still interested? And I got so many responses. It took me 3 days to get back to everybody. And I had this aha moment that I had this wasted resource that I just let slide. And it all comes back to this Harvard Business Review study. Now, I figured this out, and I understood how important that long-term email follow-up was, but it wasn't until I saw this Harvard Business Review study that I was like, oh, that's why. And so the chance of making contact with a lead goes up to 90% if you make 6 phone calls to that lead. So on the first phone call, you're only going to connect with about 30, maybe 35%. If you make 6 phone calls, you can connect to up to 80% of the leads that you generate through your funnel, but almost nobody does that long-term follow-up. Check this out. This is the average call attempts by sales rep. Okay, on average, most sales professionals only make 1 phone call. It's only 22% of salespeople will make 2 calls. Only 10% of salespeople will make 3 calls. And if you go all the way to 6 calls, it's less than 7% of salespeople will actually call a lead 6 times. And yet 90% of your responses and your efforts are going to come from that 6 calls. So what does that tell you? You could be buying the exact same leads as the biggest competitor in your marketplace. And if you just made 6 phone calls to those leads, you would absolutely destroy the results that other business is getting, because you understand the secret of that long-term follow-up. Now, why is that? I felt the effects of it far before I understood why it worked. And here's the thing, and this is for insurance, this is for wealth management, this is for mortgages and real estate, okay? And all other businesses where people are making a large scale transaction, okay? We're not selling sneakers, right? People can walk into a sneaker store and be like, ooh, blue, I don't have blue sneakers, I'm gonna buy blue sneakers. It's a $100 decision, right? People can make a knee-jerk decision on a $100 item when they're walking through the mall. But when people are making one of the largest financial decisions in their life, what home are they going to buy, what financing are they going to get, where they're going to go to get their wealth management done, what insurance policies are they going to have, what lawyer are they going to work with to get their family trust set up. When they're going through those decisions, there is a longer buying cycle. Yet everybody in our industry is focused on just trying to call a lead and get an application over the phone. But check this out. This is from Realtor. Yeah, this is from realtor.com. Okay, it takes on average 4 to 6 months from start to finish for the time somebody starts looking at a home to the time that they actually purchase, and many transactions take longer. So if you're just focused on the initial follow-up on those leads, the majority of those clients and customers are not yet ready to speak to you. They're in the part of the buying journey where they're filling out forms and they're starting to gather information because they don't know what they don't know, and they're just trying to figure that out. They don't necessarily want a rate quote. They don't necessarily want to talk to a mortgage lender about submitting a mortgage application. They want to know, what are the interest rates? Why are the interest rates the way that they are? What's my actual down payment? What are all of these things? They've got all these questions, and they're not going to move forward in the buying process with somebody who's pushy or aggressive or doesn't take the time to actually answer their questions and make them feel comfortable while going through the process. And yet everybody is just trying to get the mortgage application up front. So the universal truth behind selling in our industry is that they need to be ready to buy. We can't sell them. There's no way that you as a mortgage professional is going to have somebody just walk by your office, walk in and be like, a house. You sit down, you talk to them for 45 minutes, they walk out and they're like, I'm going to buy a house today. They go out and buy the house. It just doesn't happen. Never. And so what we need to understand, if you're going to make a lot more transactions and a lot more appointments and a lot more sales, is that we need to be in front of our customers when they are ready to talk to us, not when we want to talk to them. You have to look at it the other way. Now, there's a phenomenal book by a gentleman named Robert Cialdini, world-renowned scientist, New York Times bestselling author, really, really smart guy. And in his book, Influence, he goes through the process and shows that reciprocity is equal to influence. And all that means is that in our society in North America, when you do something positive and you provide value to somebody else, there becomes a deficit in your relationship. And they feel influenced by you and almost like they have a debt to you, where they will continue to do business with you because you took the time to educate them and to actually guide them through the process. Information and answering questions builds reciprocity, and reciprocity creates influence, and influence is what drives sales. And so we need to understand that the key to winning sales with today's new customers is to build reciprocity through education and content, and deliver that automatically to all of the leads that you have in your system through the system. So what we do is we take evergreen content that you produce and we put that into a funnel that every single lead that you generate gets dripped on. It's unique to you. It speaks to your marketplace. It speaks to your clients and customers the way that you want to, but you only set that information up once. And then every lead that comes in through your funnel experiences that same reciprocity journey while going through the process. Now, here are some ideas that you can use in order to build that follow-up for your leads. So there are monthly market updates. You can do that as a broadcast every single month to everybody that you have in your funnel. Then you've got your FAQs. So as a mortgage professional, there's really only going to be about 25 or 30 questions that you get asked. You just get asked the same questions over and over and over again by different people. And so what you do is you keep track of what those most frequently asked questions are, and then you either write blog articles, you shoot video content, or you produce that content that you can either send to people through your blog, through your social media, and then you're just redirecting them via sending them text messages and sending them emails, getting them to go check out the content. And every time they learn something from you, Every time you're able to educate them, you are depositing into your bank of goodwill with that client, and every deposit builds reciprocity, builds referrals, builds a stronger relationship with those people so that more of them will book an appointment with you and actually do a transaction with you. A great topic series to go through is the most common mistakes that people make when they are going through the purchase process of either choosing a financial advisor, choosing their insurance, choosing their mortgage, choosing their real estate agent, right? What are the most common mistakes? People love to find out information like that. The keys to success. So not looking at the mistakes they make, but looking at the things that they can do in order to set themselves up for better success. Oftentimes we find that credit card tips of like how to make sure you're paying the least amount of interest on your credit cards, how to pay your credit cards off, how to protect your credit score. Simple articles like that where you can even reference information from other people and send it to them as long as it's good quality information. Again, building that bank of goodwill. You want to be telling client success stories. Interview industry experts and send that content out. That's your webinars, your podcasts, all that information, sending that out to people. And again, once you create that article, it doesn't matter that you shot the content 6 months ago. As long as you produce your content in a way that's evergreen, you put it in that funnel and it's dripping on every new lead that comes in, and you don't ever have to think about it. You create the content once and it builds that goodwill and converts those customers for you for the lifetime of that system. Then you got testimonials and then your insights on breaking news. Those are great for social media and driving people through your content through that. So the simple secret to doubling your lead conversion is the system that automatically follows up long-term. Think about how much time and effort many of you are spending on social media right now in producing social media content, getting that out and producing that. Well, every single piece of content from this point forward in your career now becomes an asset, where when you produce a really good piece of social media content, up until this point right here in time, you've been posting that out on social media. It might reach some people, but then nobody ever goes back and sees it again. Once you put it on social media, you've got like your 6 hours where it might trend or it might not. It might show up on people's feeds, it might not, and then off it goes into the ether. Take that exact same asset, put it into your nurture funnel, and you've now created an asset that is going to convert leads every single time they come in. We have a sequence inside Connection Incorporated for our executive program that's a year long. I've produced enough content that we can send an email a day for a year for people that come in our executive program, and we broadcast an email every day. So on average, people will see me in their inboxes twice a day. One is the automatic system that's walking them through a journey through our content. And the other is, hey, here's today's news. Here's today's things. Here's the challenge that we're doing, right? And so you don't have to have a daily broadcast that you do, but setting that system up, even to go for a 6-month follow-up, that is those touches that you need to get that 6th really high quality contact point where you get to convert the majority of those leads in your funnel. Again, this works. We've seen it on our sales. We went from 143 sales to 429 sales by following up with people with good high quality content after we delivered the initial sales presentation in order to close those people long term. You must have a long-term follow-up sequence for the leads that come in to get them to book an appointment. And then you need a long-term high quality sequence for people that have applied with you that have not yet funded. Those are the 2 sequences that you must automate in your business using the software that I'm giving you today. Now, when I first went through this process and I had this discovery and we built this for Connection Incorporated and for all of our clients, I had some questions that held me back. First off, I thought if I have questions, or if I have customers and they have questions, they're gonna ask, right? They're gonna email me, they're gonna text me. I'm very accessible, like I'm on social media. They can just ask me questions. They will not ask questions. Do you know who they're gonna ask their questions to? Google. And guess what? The person that's invested in content on Google with the best SEO, with the most rankings and most ratings and reviews in your local marketplace, those people are gonna steal your clients and customers. If you're not that person right now, if you let somebody leave your office or leave an application appointment or leave your lead funnel and go search Google for the answer to a question, you're going to lose them to a competitor, because the person who answers the question is the person who has made the deposit into the bank of goodwill. So we need to understand they're not going to have the tenacity, probably the wrong word, but they're not going to reach out to you to ask those questions. You need to be proactive in letting them know that you're there, you want those questions, and here are the most frequently asked questions, and you'll probably hit most of them in the follow-up sequence, which wins you that client rather than losing them to a competitor. How do I build value? We just went through. Answer the most frequently asked questions. I'm going to need personalized follow-up for everyone, and that's going to take too much time. The system customizes the messages to everybody that's in the follow-up, so you can create generic content and make it feel very custom to the people that you're sending it to. And then there's no way that I can keep all my contacts and leads organized. And that used to be a problem before you had high level, because it does all of that for you, and it does it beautifully, keeps everybody organized in pipelines for every single lead flow that you've got. Everything is there. So I didn't let any of those things stop me. I realized that those were limiting beliefs. I pushed through them. And now today, our reality is that every day our cold, warm, and hot list of prospects grow every day on autopilot, because we've got ads running, we've got social media content going, people are opting in, they're going into that 1-year follow-up sequence, and they're getting our broadcast messages. Every single day, we get requests and customer opportunities from funnels and broadcasts, and you can be doing the exact same thing in your mortgage business. You can fill your pipeline with new referral partners. You can fill your pipeline with new borrowers, and having that system drip on them turns it into a long-term resource for you. We get double the engagement from the content that we post out on our social media by cross-posting it in our funnels. So when we produce a really good piece of social media content, it becomes an email, it becomes a text message. We use that to engage our leads, and it's arguably more effective by communicating it to the people that are on our list than it is just communicating it out into the black ether that is social media, right? And the thing that I love most is right now, everything in our CRM and our team is clean, organized, and produces sales automatically. And that's the reality that I want for you using this system. So how am I doing so far? If you're still with me and you're still getting value, give me a 2 in the comments. Let me know that, that you're getting it. Christine just got a call from Franca. She says, hi, that's awesome. Amazing to see the automation working. Karen's awesome. Dennis, awesome. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. Carlos, Kelly, awesome. And again, Kelly, great to see you on the training. I hope you are doing well. Carlos as well. Awesome. All right, so let's keep kicking it here. So this is secret number 3. Spending less time working your leads is the key to doubling the amount of business that you close. So this is how to close far more deals without adding new leads or spending new money on advertising. Okay, so the automated growth journey is broken down into 4 pathways. And I'll share with you how it happened in my business so that you can see how you can go through this process in your business. But the first problem that you really need to solve in growing your business so that you can hit whatever target it is that you want, regardless of market conditions, okay? There's enough business out there for most mortgage professionals to double their personal income and still not even be covering 1% of the total addressable marketplace in your local marketplace. So get all the fear of the media out there. If you can go from 1/8% of market share to 0.5% of market share, you can dramatically change your life. And it doesn't really matter how many homes are being sold in the marketplace, because there's still more than enough homes being sold in the marketplace in order for you to make an amazing living in the industry. So in order to do that, you've got to go through these 4 steps. The first thing I had to figure out was how to get enough leads coming in consistently and controllably to be able to fill my pipeline. So rather than waking up every day and being like, who am I going to talk to? Where are my leads going to be coming from? The first thing I had to figure out was how to get enough leads coming in the front of the pipeline. Then I had to figure out how to save my time, the most precious asset that exists in the business, by building an automated qualification and appointment booking system. And there's 2 very important things here. It needs to qualify the leads so that the sales team doesn't have to waste their time talking to people that can't invest in the program, won't invest in the program, aren't qualified, not doing enough business, that sort of thing, right? So you're going to qualify the people up front, but then you've also got to have a system that's good enough to get the qualified people to the point where they actually book an appointment and show up on the consultation, right? That's a system that can be automated using the software. So I had to figure that out. Then I had to systemize the sales process so anyone can hit a profitable sales closing percentage. So right now, most of you in the mortgage industry are probably taking your own applications and working that deal through the actual process. It's about understanding that somebody else can do that job. The last thing you're probably going to let go of in your journey from being in business to owning a mortgage business is being the person who shows up and takes the initial application. In many cases, you might still do just that, but you can do 8 to 10 of those appointments a day, right? So think about what your business would look like if you could take 8 applications a day personally, right? If that was your only job and everything else was automated, you can get to that point and then you can bring somebody in, and then as soon as you can duplicate that process and have somebody else do it 80% of as well as you can do it, well, guess what? Then you can have 2 of those people or 3 of those people. Then it's just a matter of, okay, well, how many leads can I put in the top of the funnel? How many qualified appointments can I book? And how many salespeople can I get that are actually taking the applications and bringing the people into the company, right? Then the fourth thing that you need to automate is systemizing the staff and the deliverables so the process that your clients go through when they purchase from you is so good that you get repeat business from those people, you get referrals from those people, and they leave you 5-star ratings and reviews online. And if you can do those 4 things, you can literally step above your business and become the owner of it, and you have a system that runs the entire business for you. So let's go through these 4 steps in your automated growth journey. So first off, I had to generate enough leads coming in consistently and controllably. So what you're seeing here is a snapshot of our Google funnel in December, okay? Selling into the mortgage community while rates are in a mess, and it's Christmas, and you've got all these things against you, right? In December, we had a target of spending $6,603 on Google Ads. We only spent $5,207.32 on Google. Our average cost per lead was $28.61. And we our lead generation page converted at 12.91%. So we generated a grand total of 182 leads on Google in December for Connection Incorporated. So I invested $5,207 and we collected $11,500 in sales. So in a 30-day window, the sales that we generated from the ads that we ran on Google was $11,500. Now there will be money that we collect in January and there will be money that we collect in February. We don't count that. We count 30 days cash on cash return, okay? So I invested $5,207, collected $11,500. That's a return on investment of $6,292, which is a return on investment of 120.84% on our Google ads. Now keep in mind, we're also running ads on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, email. There's all these other platforms that we have that are driving leads into the organization. But this is like a faucet. I can turn it up, I can turn it down. Remember, secret number 1, it's less about the quality of the leads that you're generating, and it's more about the quality of the follow-up system that you're putting the leads into. So you can go to a lead source that may not have produced as well in the past as you would have liked it to, but put those people through an automatic process where they get a message in the first 5 minutes, and there's at least 7 high quality touch points where they actually interact with the business over a 6-month period of time. And you can dramatically change the profitability of the lead funnel. Now, I wanted to open up your mind to the absolute abundance of leads that are out there, because you've got trigger leads that you can buy. So think about every single person that you've generated as a lead, or every single person that you've had as a client or customer. You can go to a trigger lead program. I highly recommend Dave Savage and his team over at Mortgage Coach, and now the new platform that they've merged with. You can get in there and get incredible trigger alerts for people that are in your database on their system, and boom, you've got inbound leads coming in. You've got funnels on social media, so Facebook and Instagram ads, TikTok ads. You can drive you can drive leads through those sources. It's the quality of the funnel that you got to put them through. Funnels on search, so that's Google, that's YouTube, right? You can buy leads. You can just straight go to lead generation companies and buy leads from them. And there's aged leads that you can buy. There's all kinds of leads that you can buy. You can run your own webinars like we talked about. That's my favorite method in today's market. I believe you as a mortgage professional should be partnering with real estate agents, financial planners, insurance advisors, running webinars and using those to generate leads and then working those leads. You can work your referral partners leads. You can do email marketing to people that already have leads in your marketplace and do co-marketing agreements. You can do direct mail. You can do your database and marketing to your database, marketing to your referral partners. There's all kinds of ways to generate leads out there. You've just got to kind of pick one and put it into a system. Now, what's going to happen is most of you are going to think, okay, I got to go to work and I got to get the leads. I got to go do this work. I got to go make the phone calls. I got to go make the phone ring. I've got to go do the work. And so before you get into that trap, which is exactly what it's in, I want to take you through this quick little process to help you understand that you need to be focused on building the system, and then you need to leverage technology and you need to leverage people in order to actually make the results happen. So what I want you to do right now is an exercise that will save you your time forever. So what I want you to do is I want you to go down and do this exercise that was taught to me by a brilliant individual. Not quite a billionaire, but close. And this was the number one thing that I got from our time that I got to spend with that individual. So he sat me down and he said, listen, take however much money you made last year. What was your W-2 personal income last year? You should know that number. Pretty much everybody knows that number, okay? Then what I want you to do is I want you to legitimately and honestly write down how many hours per week you're working in your business right now. Because when you're working in your business, that means you're not spending time with your family, you're not spending time on a boat, you're not spending time golfing, you're not spending, like, we as individuals are a wheel. And there are 7 different aspects of being a well-rounded, healthy, happy human being. And only one out of the 7 is being successful at work, right? Many of us in the North American culture will allow 90% of our time to be taken up with the 1% of work. And so be honest with yourself in doing this evaluation. How many hours do you work every week? And then you just take the amount of money that you made last year and you divide it by the number of hours that you worked. So in this example, and again, this is an example, this is not an income statement, this is not an income claim. Again, this is all down to how much work you're willing to do and you're willing to put into it. So if you make $200,000 last year, okay, and you work 40 hours a week, well, 40 hours a week times 52 weeks in a year is 2,080 per year, 2,080 hours per year. So 200,000 divided by your 2,080 hours gives you an hourly rate of $96 per hour. So guess what? Every single thing that you do in your business that you can have either a system or a person do for less than that amount of money is something that you should be paying somebody else to do, because it frees your time to spend your energy and time that you spend in your business on higher dollar activities. Your goal as a business owner and somebody who's taken responsibility of your own personal income, okay, your goal is to get that number as high as it possibly can. So what we want to see is we want to go from $96 an hour to you working on $200 an hour tasks. So next year, when you do the exercise and you go, hey, I spent all my time on $200 an hour tasks, I outsourced everything that was less than $200, right? Then your income's $400,000, right? Well, what if you can get your dollar per hour to 400, right? Well, all of a sudden, you've made the next jump. You're over $500,000 in income per year, right? So it's about looking at your time and truly understanding it. And I went crazy with this when I originally went into it. Like, we have obviously, so I don't want to get too far into this, but we live in a beautiful home. And obviously, currently we're traveling in Costa Rica. We're not back home in Ontario, but our property that's in Ontario is just a shade around an acre, right? And I'm a nerd. So the thought of getting on a lawn tractor, like, I don't care if it's a John Deere or it's an orange one or a blue one or red, like, I do not care. Tractors are loud, the fumes, and we got all these beautiful Canadiana trees on our property. We got like pines and spruces and all this stuff. They're sharp, right? So I got to get dressed up like a football player and get on this loud, noisy, angry machine, and I got to drive through these freaking pine needles to cut my grass for 3.5 hours, right? So I was stoked when I bought the house, and then I did this exercise, and I was like, man, 3.5 hours of me sitting down, providing valuable content for my audience, writing emails, getting people to a presentation, and delivering our value to the industry, I can make so much more in 3.5 hours than I can to pay a maintenance company. So now Dave is one of my favorite people in the world. Dave and his dad show up every 2 weeks. They cut the grass, they change all the chemicals in the pool, they do the gardening, they do the landscaping, they do the maintenance, everything. So when I step outside of my home, I don't have to maintain any of it. So I would lose an entire Saturday in most cases where I'm not playing with my kids, I'm not doing the things that are important to me, doing $20 an hour work when I should be doing $400 an hour work. So now on Saturdays, I can get out of bed at 5:30, work until my kids get up, and boom, I'm done. I get to spend my time with my kids all day long because I've done the exercise on how much my time is worth. And so all those activities that are less than what your dollar per hour is, find other people to do those tasks and replace it with the activities that are going to make you far more income. Here's what this looks like, okay? This is the difference between working leads and working sales. If you're working leads and you get 100 calls per day, okay? And I had a conversation last week with a gentleman that was like, nobody can do it as good as I can. I've been in the business for 5 years. I still make 100 cold calls a day. Okay, so he's spending half his day on the phone making cold calls to realtors, financial planners, investment advisors, and he was just calling everybody. He wasn't even breaking the list down and calling the right people on the list, right? Which we learned last week. So 100 calls a day, that guy's losing 4 hours a week. He's doing 20 conversations per day, which nets him about 4 appointments, okay? So that means he's paying $96 per appointment. He's got 4 appointments and 0 sales. So that means every time that guy spends 4 hours making those 100 calls, he's investing $384, okay? Now that's not necessarily a bad investment of his time, because if he goes on 4 appointments, he gets 1 application. Every time he talks to 8 people, he's gonna close 1 deal, right? So that little funnel that he's got is probably doing 2 deals a week, right? Which is great, fantastic, right? But he's spending 4 hours a day making cold calls and then doing the appointments. Doesn't leave him very much time to actually take the mortgage applications and make sure that person has a phenomenal experience. So let's take a look at spending that time on sales. If you take that time and you do 30-minute calls and you've got 4 hours, that's 8 sales appointments that you can do in the exact same amount of time, okay? If you've got a 25% closing ratio on those sales, you've produced 2 deals. So in scenario number 1, where you're cold calling your leads, you've got 4 appointments and 0 sales. If you spent that time only talking to people that were pre-qualified and preset on your calendar doing sales presentations, you closed 2 deals and created $6,000 worth of income in the business. Whereas over here, he's investing $384 of his time, and he hasn't even got on the phone with anybody yet to deliver a sales presentation. That's the difference between working leads and working sales. Your system works the leads, you work the sales. And so when I was originally making all the phone calls to our leads and manually following up with our leads, I was spending about 20 hours a month on actual follow-up. You know, all the messages back and forth, emailing, all of that. I built the system. I got that 20 hours a month back because now the system does all the work. The system books the appointments, you close the sales. Then step number 3, you need to formalize your sales process and how you actually take an application from somebody, right? I recommend you have a slide deck and we use a piece of software called ClickUp. And it's literally like every single step of every single thing that needs to be done. And people are just going through checklists and checking them all off. This is a system. So every single time we get a new customer in the business, so we make a sale from an automated sales process that's, again, outlined. People just go through the steps. That person becomes a client. Then they go into ClickUp, and it's literally just checking boxes off, making sure that everything is done, and there's scripts and templates for every single step along the client journey. And that system is what produces the results for the clients, which leads to happy clients that refer and leave 5-star ratings and reviews. And that is your 4-part journey. And again, I know that this can work for you because I've seen it work myself in our agency, and we have walked hundreds of clients through the process in doubling their sales. Now, at this point, you might have a couple of thoughts holding you back. Number one, I don't mind making my phone calls. I don't mind cold calling. Well, as the business owner, it's your responsibility to work on the most profitable activities every day, which is selling and relationships, not cold calls. You might like to do it, but I'm arguing that that's not your unique talent and that you should be focused on the actual money-making activities. You might be thinking there's not enough appointments for me. And that's the reason why you don't have the appointments, is because you don't have the system, right? Once you have the system and the consistency, you can fill the system, and it doesn't take very long at all to fill your calendar. Now, I'll get somebody else to build the system for me. Well, I've seen a lot of people come into the program, especially on the executive, because we normally sell that to branch managers, and they'll come in and they'll be like, okay, this is great. I'm going to buy this program. I want to introduce you to Bob. Bob is my right-hand administrator, and Bob's going to build the system for me. Just deal with Bob. Bob's going to talk to the account manager, and then the business owner pieces out. And we've stopped that at this point. We won't let a business owner off the hook. They have to attend the meetings, because the person that you're paying $20 an hour can run the system, but they cannot build the system. Okay? It's two totally different things, because you have to architect the process of what you want the system to do. You have to approve the messages that are in it, make sure that it's on point, make sure it's on brand, make sure that it feels to you like your process. Then you can put somebody in charge of managing it with a scorecard, but you have to be the one that builds the system initially. But it's great because you put the time in once, and that system will produce for years for you. It's literally the highest leveraged work that you can do in your organization. Building that system is the only way to double sales, because the only way to double sales is to double your appointments. And there's only one way to double your appointments, and that's to have your automated appointment booking system in place. Converting inbound leads used to be hard, but it's not anymore. So let me ask you a question. If I give you a magic box with everything that you needed to launch your appointment booking system today, would you? And that's exactly what I've done inside the Inner Circle. It is the perfect solution with the least amount of technical hurdles. So if you feel like this system and the high-level software that you can get by going to chriscrm.com, if you feel like it's too technical, don't worry, we've got you. It is literally my $1 million secret. And so when you invest today in the system, you get direct access to the platform that we use to run Connect My Leads and have for the last 2 years. And again, last year, roughly $500,000 in revenue that we've decided to walk away from to be able to give you direct access to high level through our link, chriscrm.com. You can go there, get access to the full system. And again, you've got sub accounts that you can give to your user. When you purchase, we will reach out, check your spam. Every single campaign that we have inside Connect My Leads gets uploaded into your high level account. That includes our call scripts, our text messages, our emails, the database activator, the executive recruiter, the lead generation pages that you need to generate all your leads. Everything gets loaded into your account. You get the power dialer inside the software to make your calls. Again, you load up your list, you hit the big green button, it starts making the calls. You can, cut the call time in half just with the power dialer. You get our online review request and tracking tool. So if you're generating 5-star ratings and reviews from your past customers, this actually gets the reviews on Google which is where you want them. So if you've got a corporate thing that's going out and getting reviews for you, you can shut that off. If you're paying for a third-party service, you can shut that off. The system goes out and gets all your reviews for you automatically after the deal closes. It's got an amazing sales pipeline to track all of your leads, calendar integration and direct appointment setting, a social media planning and posting tool to help if you have somebody helping you with your social media. It's going to change their life. If you're doing your social media, it's going to change your life. We've got a website chat widget inside the high-level software that goes right on your website to convert more leads from your website. Those leads automatically go into the platform, automatically go into a follow-up sequence to follow up on them. You get your own white label of the platform. So when you're going out and talking to your realtors, financial planners, investment advisors, or if you're using it for recruitment to get other loan officers to sign up underneath you, they're all logging into your platform. They all get their own sub account just for them. And they have just recently put a Yext SEO integration into the platform where you can get rid of complicated or expensive SEO programs and have the system do that for you. Here's a testimonial from James Lowen, one of the top mortgage brokers in Canada who's using this system with us. Over 20% of our overall revenue comes from the database marketing and Google leads that Team at Connection Inc. generate for our business, which is absolutely amazing. This is Parker Couch. In the last 12 months, in a challenging market, I've converted 26 new referral partners that have all sent me a deal that have closed. My total close volume from those deals has been $11.5 million in volume, his first year in the business, by using our automated process that goes out and books appointments with qualified realtor referral partners. This is Nick. In 2022, we collected just under $100,000 in gross revenue from the marketing systems that Connection Inc. help us implement inside of their system. And this is Vince Gaetano. In the last year, we generated $416,000 as a result of the marketing systems that Connection Inc. ran for us in our business. And that is the database activator and the executive recruiter to set up those relationships. There are more testimonials. I won't bore you with them. You can go back in the recording and look at them if you'd really like. But for today, I want you to know that this works for you if you have a database of past clients and leads. You can take those, load them into the system, and immediately start generating conversations and warm opportunities as a result of that database. If you're not calling your database at least every 90 days, the database activator system that we'll load into the system is the only system that you need to launch right now and will far, far outweigh the cost of the system in benefits and returns for you in your business. That relationship with your past customer database is the most important relationship that you can possibly have, and it re-engages it on a level that I can't be more proud of that process and that we've put together, and it's amazing. If you want a steady pipeline of new referral partners to meet with every week, you saw last week how you can generate an appointment a day with a qualified referral partner using the executive recruiter process that you get inside the software. If you're looking for a new way to drive new high quality leads, you get access to our media buyers to help you set up your ad account. You get our pre-proven lead generation templates. So the pages that you send people to get them opt in, they're already pre-built. They get loaded into your snapshot. They're inside your high-level account. So you can show up on the daily calls. We'll help you build your advertisements. The leads go to the website. The website connects them, puts them into the software, and the software automatically has a corresponding follow-up sequence that sends emails, text messages, ringless voicemails to convert the leads into actual appointments for you. So you can go from not having any inbound leads from internet marketing to having a fully built pipeline out in the next 30 days. And then it's like a faucet. You can turn it up, you can turn it down, you can turn it on, you can turn it off, but it's an asset that you have in your business, again, for the remainder of your career. If you want to dramatically increase the appointments from your existing leads, if you're buying leads from Zillow or you're buying leads from any other source, and you just want more appointments from the leads that are already there, we already have the systems and the templates that you need in order to put those leads into that funnel and actually generate better results. And yes, you can import the leads in real time from almost any lead generation system that's out there. So the lead comes in, automatic follow-up happens within the first 5 minutes, boom, you get automated appointments coming into your calendar. If you feel overwhelmed by technology, or even the existing CRM that you're using, but you understand that this technology is the future and that you need it to continue to hit your goals and to grow, this is perfect because our support is absolutely incredible. You get daily support plus the weekly mastermind. We are here for you to make you successful on the system, and we're going to walk you down a proven path to make sure that you generate results. So if you want more applications every week, but you know that you're not going to make the phone calls, this system is perfect for you. Let's face it, we're all going to procrastinate when it's time to make cold calls. System won't procrastinate. It just does the work. It's amazing. If you understand that referrals are shifting online, but you don't have a plan or a system for the future, this is a very wise investment because it will make sure that you've got your name, your brand, and your offer in front of those high quality referral partners in your local marketplace. If you're inconsistent with your follow-up now with, let's say you've got a list of pre-approvals and you haven't reached out to those pre-approvals in the last 90 days, boom, there's your campaign that you can go out, and that makes this a no-brainer investment. And if your business runs on referrals, referral partners, and leads, this is a slam dunk opportunity for you. So here's what we're getting. I'm giving you daily access to our team to help you with your campaigns, direct access to the entire software, high level, and weekly mastermind calls with myself. So each of those, the marketing platform, high level, is a $497 value, even though you're getting it today for $297. They do have a $497 option. They'll tell you about that later on down the road. That's if you want the white labeled app and that sort of thing, but we've got access to it for $297 for you. The daily office hour calls, we've got a value of $1,000 a month on that. Easily, there are mastermind programs and coaching programs that charge far more than that give far less support. And then the weekly mastermind calls with myself, I charge $5,000 a month for consulting for our consulting clients, and they get 2 calls per month every other week with me. So taking that time at a $2,500 value, easily justified. I think each of these are a little bit undervalued, but you've got $3,997 in bonuses that you're getting access to right now when you go to chriscrm.com and invest for just $297. And there's a 14-day free trial. So there's no risk to you today. But that's not all that you're getting in the program. So our members are getting daily support so that you can launch fast, ongoing support so you can scale and grow. You never get stuck because we've got the coaching, support, and guidance that you need. And there's a proven roadmap that once you get on the inside, you get access to. And it shows you which campaigns to implement at which stage in your business. So you always know what path you're on and where you're going and how to leverage the software correctly. So you never feel overwhelmed because there are far more features in the software than you really need to use. And we keep you laser focused on the things that you actually need to be focused on. And then the motivation by being part of the group, by being part of the mastermind and being around other people that are using the software, other people that are using the campaigns and getting success, we are all going to stub our toes, right? We're all going to get to that point where it's like, oh man, I don't know if the effort is going to be worth the payoff. When you're in a community of other people that are successful, it helps motivate you and helps keep you going and breaks you through that limiting point where once you're on the other side, then you've achieved the result and away you go. And it's easy from that point. It's hard to do without that motivation. So you get all of that. Now, I won't go through all of this in the interest of time, but if you look at what we were able to replace when we bought High Level for our company, we got rid of Calendly, which is $37 a month. Our marketing softwares like ClickFunnels and Pipedrive, which are each, $199 or more per month. Hootsuite, the social media management tool, was $149 a month, got rid of that. Phone Burner, the power dialer, got rid of that. That's $149 a month. Our SMS service that we had to have hodgepodged onto another system, that was $149 a month. We were able to get rid of that. The email tool, Constant Contact, we were able to get rid of that. Website Builder, we were using Lead Pages. It was $74 a month. We got rid of that. Our split testing software, Hotjar, was $80 a month. We were able to get rid of that. The review software that you're paying for, you might be paying $100 a month or more just for review software to get ratings and reviews. It replaces that. So if you take all of the services that you can eliminate with this offer, with just the software and then us actually supporting you and helping you, it's $7,516 in value that you're getting each month. inside the software. And that doesn't even factor in the most important factor, which is your time, right? We all went through the exercise today of determining what your time is worth. And if you take 10 hours off the setup of this system, what's that worth to you? Well, if you're $100 an hour and it's going to take you 10 hours to set the system up, or we're going to save you 10 hours in setting the system up, you just saved yourself $1,000, right? So obviously I want your number to be higher than that, but for rough math, that's what it looks like. And so what's your time worth in actually setting up these automated systems in order to actually generate the results? Because we know we need the results. We need to be calling our past customers. We need to be setting up appointments with referral partners. We need to be getting the most out of the leads that we generate. And this system solves all of those problems. And you can solve it one time here and be supported with a community that's going to help you generate the results and save your time while you're doing it. So the next thing that I'm giving you is all of our online marketing campaigns and build help, which we talked about that. Every single day, you get access to my media buying team and my experts, and you can literally show up and they have a license to help you with whatever you ask for on that call. So if you want our Google campaign, no problem. Show up, we'll give you the Google campaign. We'll even help build it inside your account and get it up and running. That includes Google, Facebook, and Instagram ad campaigns. And we've got campaigns that generate real estate leads, buyer leads, and seller leads that produce very good results from Google. So now you can take those campaigns, set them up in your account, generate the leads, and give them to your realtors in a platform that has your brand on top of it. We've also got mortgage campaigns, refinance campaigns, reverse mortgage campaigns, private money campaigns. We've got doctor and hero campaigns, real estate buyer and seller campaigns, the webinar campaign, and more. So you just decide where you want your leads from, and you've got access to the team to help build that for you. That's a $2,500 value. Again, we charge a $2,500 setup for our paid marketing system program. It's $1,500 a month to manage it, and then your budget goes on top of that. You don't have to pay for any of that. You get access to the same media buyers that run those campaigns for our other clients and direct access to them every single day on that call and get access to the same campaigns that we're running. It's a ridiculous value. $2,500 is a phenomenal value for that. Now, we're also giving you daily social media content. There are plenty of services charging more than $500 a month to produce content for you. So what happens is every single day we produce a piece of content for the American market and for the Canadian market. And then the high-level software has a social media management tool built right into it where you can automatically post out on a calendar. You just put all your posts in at the beginning of the month, and it will automatically post out to Facebook, Instagram, Google Business, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok, all from the same platform. And when you get comments and conversations, the system automatically catches them, and you can moderate and respond to all of your social media right inside the platform, which keeps everything organized. And then when you turn that social media person into a lead, all the communication is right there in the platform. Absolutely incredible. Easily worth $500 a month. And then I'm giving you a license for you to sell my campaigns to your referral partners. So if you think about this, realtors, financial planners, investment advisors, insurance professionals, home builders, all of your referral partners have two massive problems. They don't know how to do their database marketing, and they don't have a system to generate or convert leads. And you now have a solution for every single one of those people to be able to go in with your own branded piece of software, use my campaigns and my media buyers as part of the inner circle, and you can go solve that problem for those people with us helping you along the way, so you never have to feel stuck. You've got access to the whole marketing platform and the team to be able to take care of that for you. This service is so valuable that you can literally go out and charge referral partners for it, offer them a discount. And again, you want to be RESPA compliant and all of those wonderful things, but there's so much value here. It's its own product and service that you can go out and sell. And then the final bonus that I'm giving you is our business marketing class. This is an 8-module course that shows you how to market in today's new economy with social media and how to actually turn that into a long-term sustainable source of online leads for your business. We sell that information program for $5,000. It's an active program that we sell, and you get access to that entire training program for $12,000 and for $5,000, you get immediate access to it when you invest in the program. So total value, $12,997 in bonuses when you get access today. So if all this did for you was finally get your database marketing automated, would it be worth it? For $297 a month? Absolutely, it would be. If this fills your calendar and gives you an offer to convert new referral partners, hey, I'll run your webinar for you. Hey, I'll do your lead generation for you. Hey, I'll do all of that for you. Is it worth it? Just to convert one real estate partner in a year? Of course, that's worth $297 and access to all the campaigns that we run for you. What if we could give you double the appointments from the inbound calls and the leads that you generate? Would it be worth it? Of course it would. One new lead that turns into a deal more than pays for the entire system for an entire year. That's just one deal off of one extra appointment or conversion through these lead generation funnels. So no matter where you're at in your business and no matter what your goals are, this is absolutely worth it. Now, today's price for this program, easily we could charge $2,000 for this thing, $1,997. And that's our general price for our general people. But because you're taking action and you're here right today, you can get started today for just $297. So right now, go to ciinnercircle.com. That's ciinnercircle.com. You can also go to chriscrm.com, ciinnercircle.com, and go ahead and claim your account. Click on the $297 option, fill out your credit card information, and click submit. We'll get notified of that sale, and then we reach out and we help fill your campaign with all of the templates and get you access to the bonuses. Now, again, when you're purchasing today, you get access to the Inner Circle, which is $997 a month. You get access to it for free with your investment today. There's a 14-day free trial, so you get access to the entire thing for 14 days so that you can make sure that it's the right fit for you. It's the same way you buy a house, it's the same way you buy a car. You can't decide whether or not this is the right platform for you unless you take it for a test drive and you try it out. So we've negotiated a 14-day trial for you so that you can get in on the inside and make an educated decision as to whether or not this is the right opportunity for you, okay? We're not asking you to make a decision today. What I'm asking you to do is come in, prove to yourself that it's worth the investment, and then only once you know that this is right for you, then you pay the $297 after the 14 days and move forward confidently, already experiencing the support, already experiencing the software, already having everything that you need in order to make sure that you're going to be successful with it. So there's absolutely zero risk to you today. All of the risk is on us. All you've got to do right now is go to ciinnercircle.com, sign up on that page, and I really look forward to seeing you on the inside. So now at this point, you basically have two choices. Your first option is do nothing. We all know if you keep doing what it is that you're doing, you're always going to get what you've got, right? If you do what you're going to do or what you've done, you're going to get what you've already got. Now, the second option, we all know on the outside of comfort, there's a little bit of discomfort, but there's also a new you. And as soon as you step into discomfort, willingly, knowingly, and aggressively, and investing, you shed that old layer of who you used to be, and you become someone bigger. You become somebody more advanced. You become somebody with systems and processes and knowledge and community and the mastermind. And you can transform the database that you have right now into something completely different in the next 90 days. Your referral partners, you can totally transform in 1 year. If you do just one appointment, if you do one appointment a day, 5 days a week, just one appointment, you can have 40 new referral partners at the end of a year, right? That's life-changing. That's transformational, but you got to go through a little bit of discomfort in order to get there, right? Same thing with all your leads. Setting up a system in order to convert more of your leads is uncomfortable. There's going to be work associated with it. It's not necessarily going to be easy. I can't change that. But what I can do is give you the software, give you the templates, give you access to my team every single day, and give you access to me once a week so that you've got the absolute best possible opportunity of success in actually getting it done. I've literally done as much as I possibly can, short of getting on a plane, flying to your office, and clicking the buttons for you. And trust me, you don't want to pay for that. So for $297 to get access to everything short of me getting on a plane and coming to your office is an outrageous deal and an outrageous offer. So you're either choosing to be where you're at and continue to get what you've got, or you're choosing to move forward, experience something new, and experience a brand new career. And I think that that's the best option for you. The real question is this. From this point, you understand what needs to be done. We've got to get our database marketing done. We've got to get our referral partnering done, and we've got to get a system in place for new leads that follows up in the first 5 minutes, has at least 6 quality touch points, and that makes sure that you're spending your time doing the appointments and not actually cold calling and doing the follow-up, right? We understand that. Are you going to go put the systems in place on your own and figuring it out, writing all the sequences, writing all the timings, doing all of that? Or do you want the easy button? And just press the easy button, invest $297 today, and have everything just softly imported into your account, and then hop onto the daily calls and have us walk you through it. It's a quick, easy, beautiful solution, and I cannot wait for you to experience it. So right now, go to ciinnercircle.com. Go ahead, sign up for the free 14-day free trial, and I can't wait to see you on the inside. Again, all of this is included in the program for just $12,997 worth of bonuses, and you get access to the whole thing for $297. Now, for everybody that purchases on this event, our one-on-one Kickstart calls have already been claimed. We've already sold out of those, but I'm doing a referral partner webinar workshop, not next week, but the week after that. And I'm literally going to show you from start to finish how to build a webinar inside the platform, how to run the advertisements to fill the webinar, and how I reach out and actually promote that webinar to top performing referral partners to get them as guests on the actual webinar. Start to finish, how to build the whole thing out. You get that as a bonus when you invest today. So head on over to ciinnercircle.com and invest today. Now, let's open it up for Q&A. Although, Francis, I see you working hard inside that live chat there, but we'll access those. So let's see here. Robert says the $297 per month for the Inner Circle and all items promoted if signed up today. Yes, Robert, would love to have you as part of the program. And that is correct. The Inner Circle and all of the templates and everything loaded into your high-level account. You get access to all of that when you sign up today. So ciinnercircle.com, and we'll see you on the inside there. Hey, you are welcome, and great to see you on the event. So yes, it is per month. That is correct. So the $297 a month is the charge for the high-level software. So the link, ciinnercircle.com, is our affiliate link. So when you buy High Level through that link, we get paid a commission from High Level for recommending the software. And I'm giving you the CI Inner Circle for free. It's normally $997. It's free. And it's not like it's free for 30 days and then we charge you for it. No, it's free forever. And the reason why is because I know how powerful the software is, but High Level is just going to give it to you. And it's just like it can be anything, right? It can be used to sell anything. What we do is we turn it into a mortgage marketing machine or a financial services marketing machine. We've got financial planners, insurance professionals, wealth managers that are all using the software very effectively, but also real estate and mortgage professionals as well. And so what we do is we load it so that it's not just this like blank piece of software. Like Salesforce, when you buy it, it comes out of the box. It's like, holy crap, this thing's super powerful, but like, how do I build it, right? So what you're doing is the easy button. We've got all the campaigns that you need inside of it. And then the real reason why I wanted to give you the Inner Circle is because you get access to the daily calls and the weekly mastermind calls. The weekly mastermind calls with me, where you can actually show up, ask questions, see how other members are successful with the software. It's just, it takes you, it's like strapping on a rocket vest and just accelerating like what it would take you a year on your own to figure out. You're there in 2 weeks with us because we're working with you every single day to get you successful on it. Now, here's my big secret that's behind the scenes. I know the faster I can get you successful and the faster I can get you experiencing results on the software, the longer you're going to stay in the software. Because if I can get you to get one campaign off the ground and that one campaign producing results for you, $297 a month is nothing for a system that produces mortgage deals, right? It's like if you do one deal a year, the system pays for itself. So my play is giving you so much value up front and so much usage out of the system that you're just a client on it forever, right? So that's why we're including the inner circle, because I need you to get the system set up. I need you to produce results and deals so that you will stay on the software, and we're able to build a big community around that. Because also, all people are going to come to us and say, hey, Chris, the automations inside the software are great, but I want a concierge. I want a concierge making phone calls for me, or I want to join the executive. I want you to hire somebody to make the phone calls for me. So we're going to have people from this inner circle community that buy our other products and services, but it's about getting you results on the software right up front. So yes, the concierge program is not included in the $297 a month. It is, that is an additional service. So the $297 a month is just for the software and the inner circle calls. Awesome. So Francis, thank you for doing such an amazing job inside the chat. Does anybody else have any other questions that Francis has not helped with here? That is awesome. And I apologize for the birds chirping in the background, but it's, I've got 3 little birds on my doorstep. And they've been singing sweet songs throughout our entire presentation here today. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but if you did, I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I cannot wait to see everybody back in week number 4 of the challenge. Get the link, post it on social media. The more people that we can share this event with, the better it is for our industry, the better it is for everybody that's involved, because a rising tide lifts all ships. And there are so many people in the mortgage and financial services industry that can use this information to do a better job in their career. If you're in the mortgage industry and you want to keep this as like your little hidden secret, I get it. You don't have to share it with the mortgage community. But if you could share this with the financial planners, the insurance advisors that you know, the high-level real estate agents that you know, this system is perfect for them. And when you introduce it to them, you get the credit of helping them learn about this amazing system that can help their business. So a great question here from Carlos. Are there other recorded events posted somewhere for those of us that join? So that's a great idea, Carlos. So what we can do is we can take the trainings from the previous weeks and put those up on a page, and then we'll send them to you. So Francis will reach out and send those to you right after the event. And then, yes, you signed up last week, Carlos. Amazing. Great to have you as part of the program. The mastermind call is this Friday. And then, this Thursday. Mastermind calls this Thursday. And then you've got access to the daily support call with the team. We did send you an email about that, but I can have Francis reach out again and we'll send you the link for the daily call. It's the same link for 90 days. And then the link resets. That's because Zoom resets it on us. And then we send it out to everybody. But we also post those updates inside the private group as well. Awesome. Yes, Simon, we will also get those recordings over to you as well. That is amazing. And to everybody that has purchased, it is phenomenal to have you here. Welcome to the program. Congratulations. You made a phenomenal decision and I cannot wait to work with you. Preston says the referral partner webinar is in 2 weeks. Will a link be sent out for that, or will it be the same link? So Preston, the training in 2 weeks is for how to run the referral partner webinar. And yes, that is in 2 weeks. So not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that. We will be announcing it after the training ends next week. So it's a bonus for everybody that buys throughout the 4-week challenge. Then it's like, as soon as we finish next Tuesday's call, boom, we shut it down. Then we put the Zoom link up and then send it out to everybody who has purchased the program at that point. So we'll get that for you as well. All right, awesome. Well, I'm very much looking forward to seeing everybody on the mastermind call this Thursday. And to everybody that purchased today, congratulations and welcome. And I cannot wait to see everybody on the next training. All right, have a great rest of your day, everybody, and we will chat soon.